Wanted to bring the human side of these guys to you guys. You know, you come and you watch them play baseball. You cheer for them. They're our guys. You know, no matter what's going on, no matter how good or how bad, these are our guys. And Giants fans love their players. And yet there's so much more. Yeah. But you know, the reality is there's so much more to them. And I was talking to Denard about that, and I wanted to talk about his journey off the field because he's just gotten married. You've been married for how many, a year now?
Not quite, 7 months.
7 months. Congratulations. And so anyway, I wanted him to speak to you a little bit about this new journey that he finds himself on and hear a little bit about the man, Denard Span. Not the ball player, but the man, and they've got a baby on the way and just being excited about life and where Christ is at in the middle of all of that. So it's all yours, buddy.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'd like to say, marriage has been, these 7 months have been the most beautiful, thing thus far in my whole life. And just something that I never would have dreamed of, imagined. I remember last year, if some of you guys were here, I shared, my testimony about, about the year before I came here to San Francisco. It was a rough season, rough year for me. Yeah, 2015 was a very tough year for me. Last year I shared with you guys about the injuries that I dealt with in 2015. I not only dealt with that, I dealt with a relationship that I was in previous to my wife now go south. A relationship that I was in for 10 years go left up until 2 weeks before the wedding. It got called off. And this is something that I had been praying for, something that I've been wanting, but I hadn't seen good marriages, good relationships around me. Everybody around me had been in and out of marriages. And so here I am, 2 weeks before a wedding. I've been dealing with these injuries, and, I'm not sure what free agency is going to bring me. But the only thing on my mind, I'm like, is, I'm about to get married. That's more important than free agency. Then that goes left. And so I started working out at this new gym that same off season, and my head is spinning. I'm asking God, what the heck is going on here? I've worked my butt off to get to this point in my career, and I don't know what the heck is going to happen. I'm ready to be a husband in my mind, but this relationship just went left. What is going on here? And then a few weeks later, I ended up signing to come here to San Francisco. And the whole off season, I was at this gym, Diesel Fitness, and I had met my wife now, Annie. Didn't know that was my wife staring me right in my face. But I'm coming to the gym every single day. Of course I'm noticing her, but in my mind I'm like, dang, she's pretty, but I'm just getting out of a relationship. Maybe I need to relax, have some fun. But she kept smiling. I kept seeing her heart. And then 2 days before I came out to spring training, I'm saying my goodbyes to everybody at the gym, and she says to me, how's your relationship with God? And I look at her and I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? It threw me off. It threw me off because I've never had a woman, say that to me. And I had spiritual counseling, from a mentor of mine, and he just kept trying to tell me that, make sure you're whole in your life. You know what I'm saying? Before you find, look for your wife or whatever. But when she asked me that, we had some type of connection. And to save you guys a long story, she's my wife now.
That is so sweet. I think the reality is that sometimes we look at ball players and we don't get a chance to get behind the scenes and to discover that they're real people just like us. And that they have real struggles. And unfortunately, in our culture today, we have the limelight that kind of puts them in the spotlight. And as a result of that, there's these great expectations that are placed on them, and we need to remember that they're human beings, and that they're going to fail. You know, this game is a very humbling game because this is a game about failure and how you overcome failure. And in these stories, what's powerful is that you listen to what Denard has just experienced and shared with you, and I'm sure he's very much aware of the fact that, you know, adversity's all around us, but it's how you deal with that adversity. The encouragement of a woman that wants to know where God's at and what's he doing in your life, and how amazing is that? And then to hear this beautiful story with Hunter and his wife and the journey that they've been on, and very different struggles, but the principles are all the same, ladies and gentlemen. They're all the same, and they're talking to you about that today. You know what? Dude, thanks for today. That was beautiful.